And here we are with another one from Tournament Guidebook, one-liners, mantras, and axioms from Vishnu Warrior. He's always in the chat with us as well, the author of the book. He's actually going to be on the stream very soon. Now, it is chess related though. Oh, okay, well, yeah, I'm definitely not paying attention to that one. I don't even know what that is, right? You know, I'm studying my openings, my tactics, and my end games and stuff like that. Phantom Master Clincher, big facts, right? Now, okay, cool. Today's video, we're actually looking at deflection. I literally almost forgot the title. Deflection. Okay, we're looking at deflection today, right? So who can tell me in the chat, what is a deflection? Your best words. What is a deflection, right? What is a deflection? This is a pretty cool one, what I have for you guys today. What is a deflection? And the game from today is actually no name, NN. You know what I thought NN used to be? Back in the day, before I knew what NN was, I used to think NN was like, that was his name. I was like, that's what he go by? Like, Nana? Like, Nana? Or how do you say this? I used to really think that was the name, bro. Because I used to see it a lot. And I'll be like, yo, this guy plays all the good players. But NN, bro, is no name. For anyone that does not know, NN is no name. Not Nana. Or Nana. Okay? Just so you know. Because I know if I thought that, somebody else is out there thinking that same thing. All right, so deflection is when you attack a piece trying to deflect and away from defense. We have when you redirect a piece from the defense of a critical square. Okay, distracting a piece away from protecting a square. Redirecting a piece so it will now protect the targeted square. Deflection is countering something incoming. That's a pretty good way of looking at it. Aiming a piece away from an area of the board, crucial squares to push. Okay, man, y'all got so many answers. Oh my goodness. New, right. A powerful move that forces a protector of a square. Okay, it's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of y'all. I'm gonna just kind of turn a piece away from one square to another square. Okay, to deflect a piece from another. Right. Yeah, in fact, you know, when you look up deflection, it actually says the act of deflect. Like, they like, yo, they don't really tell you. It was kind of funny. Deflection is the act of deflecting. Right, yeah, like if you Google it, it's like, yeah, deflection means, well, it's the act of deflecting. Oh, thank you. Yo, that's exactly what I was looking for. Like, that was great, man. Thumbs up for that. Like, that's fire. And that's Google, by the way. That's on Google, my guy. It's like, what is deflecting then, right? What is deflecting, right? It's ridiculous, right? But of course, and a lot of times they give a lot of examples if you Google it, right? But all of you guys are correct. All of you guys are correct. Kind of like diversion, a diversion, right? You know, making him go another way when your intention is to do something else, right? Misdirecting them, misdirection into doing something else away from the actual goal, all right? So there's many ways of looking at it. Now, here's the thumbnail for YouTube here. Here's the thumbnail. Here is what I say. Here's the thumbnail, right? You know we got the best thumbnail. Shout out to my thumbnail maker. Okay, love you. Now, look, this is the thumbnail right here. For deflection. This is a perfect example, by the way. Shout out to, of course, you know, the finals and stuff like that, right? This just plays right into it. This is deflection right here, right? Okay, this is deflection. So think about this play right here. Okay, my man's in the air one time, right? He come out here, like the no look in the air to my guy right behind me. The no look, right? So the guy in the air thought that I was about to dunk the ball. He thought I was about to yam one time on my LeBron. But I passed it behind me, deflecting the defender to my homie right behind me, who was going to follow up with the 211, the big boy windmill, you know, whatever he want to do. Right? Is that really you can't see? Oh, absolutely. It looks just like me, doesn't it? Right? Of course, Jackson. Of course. Come on. What kind of question is that? What kind of question is that? So, that is deflection. That's deflection, right? Deflection. So now let's look at it. Let's look at it in chess terms here, right? We have No Name versus William Steinitz. I see it too. Come on, right? Press or fit and blow, right? Come on. Come on. All right. So now let's check this out. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. First move, E4, E5, right? So we have No Name versus William Steinitz. It's a family channel, right? Just in time for analysis, you know it, BTS. So watch this. This is very fun. Very fun, and especially for players that are E5 players or play some type of Giuoco piano or anything like that. Watch this. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, right? Professional NBA player. Come on, PVZ. Look, don't put all my information out there like that, bro. Appreciate you. What's up, big dog? What's up, Chess Boy RD? Right, knight c6 and then bishop c4. So after bishop c4, yeah, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, PVZ. After bishop c4, there's bishop c5. If anyone else does bishop c5 here, this is a game you should definitely pay attention to. Definitely, 100%. You can learn a lot from this game. After c3, which is a very common move, preparing the d4 move, most people, and you can respond with knight to f6. In fact, I used to play this as well. Evans Gambit, no Evans. Excuse me. All right. It was I'm breathing air, choking on air there. Sometimes you do that, you know, as you have power of the air as a Jedi. Sometimes you just choke on air. Did anyone else from the Ready that plays? Wait, say that again. Do you know anyone else from Ready that plays the Ready today? Can't. The Ready today? Don't choke on air. That's quite the feat, right? Thanks for the follow me out, YOLO swag. That's a good question. No, I'm E4, right? Big watch for Prism. You funny. E4. E4 faux life, right? And that's a faux, not for faux. So that's legit for real. I'm E4 faux life. So that's a little bit different, my guy. I don't even know about Ready players like that. I mean, Kramnik I knew was the biggest, but outside of that, like I don't be paying attention. I stopped playing D5 is black, right? Thanks for the follow, Jet Novi. So here in this position, knight f6 is a common move. Especially as we flip the board here, this definitely looks like some type of Scotch Gambit in a way. In fact, this can be reached from the Scotch Gambit with d4. And after d4 happens here, he takes d4, and now e5 is the main move. If pawn takes c3, there is a forced draw, literally, that I do not like. If you're playing this from the black position, this is what you do. After pawn takes, you play bishop to b4 check, right? And after bishop b4, there's usually bishop d2, which is one of the main moves. You can take knight takes e4. This is all book. Takes, bishop check, and you're thinking you like, oh snap, I'm out here looking crazy. He about to hit you with a check. You can't castle. But after, in fact, not king e8. King f8 was better. King f8, queen takes b4, queen e7. Boom. After queen takes, king takes, and you would think that white's just better. But in fact, even flipping the board here, you play white, right? Look at this. You got an ISO pawn. The knight's out. Yeah, you attack it. Okay, and I can play d5 or rook e8, and then I'm looking at you real hard, staring at you real hard. Like, hey, bro, this is better for me. In fact, I had this over the board, and I was mad because I drew a lower rated player. He's a master now, but I knew he was about to be master. He was like 21, 70, 80. I was mad that I drew this game as white. So I was like, you know what? I can't even play this no more. I have to literally play this now a different way as white, because of this forced draw that was here versus the lower rated player, and I was pissed about it. So and here I found that e5 was the main move to play. And in fact, right back in the day, this game was in what year? Let me check the year. This was 1869, right? So back then they was playing e5 here as one of the moves, which is a possibility, which now goes into some real good or real different what is these Italian games. Wesley So plays this stuff. There's a lot of players that play this right now, right? So I'll play hard. yes, BCD. We can't actually allow that, right? We can't put that in there. But that's funny. That is funny. I saw your comment though. 1869, right? E5. So he plays E5. Now let's flip the board here. We are looking at it from William Steiner's point of view. After E5, of course, you play D5. They always say the best defense is offense. So after d5, it attacks the bishop, and after pawn takes, we're in Max Lane territory for all you Max Lane players out there. It gets wild. After pawn takes, and then takes, then you have rook g8. Like, this is a wild position, but black's usually castling queenside. I can block checks with bishop e6, and actually with the correct play, in fact, even the engine right now thinks black is better. I've been playing London. You think it's solid? Yeah, it's very solid, but of course it is boring. And these days, in fact, especially with the theory that's out, there is some ways to challenge the London. If you're not prepared for it, you're going to get absolutely destroyed, my guy. So definitely be prepared. So d5 is hitting the bishop, and the knight is attacked at the same time. The best defense is offense, 100%. So after d5, there's bishop to b5, which is a main move here, attacking the bishop or attacking the knight and allowing us to take on d4 next. Knight to e4 here, right? Because now his knight was attacked. So obviously you have to do something about this. And knight e4, which is a very, very main move. This is like straight up theory even today. This is still main line. Sorry, I missed that PVC. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, this is still main line. In fact, this is all book right now. Knight e4, and then knight takes d4. Now let me flip this because I played this with white. In fact, recently in my last tournament, I think it was round 5, when I played Yili Win. She was strong, by the way. She took out some FMs. I mean, she was underrated. She was like 2,200, something like that. But she took out a lot of people. I was like, oh, snap. I'm so glad I really kind of played her for real. Like, she was good. She took out a few other people around me. I was like, oh, snap. She good, bro. She good for real. But she was just underrated, right? One of those. So here we had this position, and I actually took on d4 with the pawn because that's what I remember. That's what I know. That's what I study, and that's the mainline stuff. And knight takes d4 was a move. In fact, let's actually go back here too as well, looking at it from the white side. And this is like something you could play literally from both sides. Of course, people deviate, and that's what makes the game different and for you to win and lose. But just from a practical standpoint of playing this for white or black here, bishop e2 is a possibility played by Joe Bava in some of the recent times. Maybe not recent, but last 10 years, right? We would say bishop e2 is a move that is playable. And it's something different. Joe Bava likes to play the different type of styles anyway. But you have bishop e2, you have a bishop b5, and you can go Max Lang style, which is pawn takes, but that takes a lot more theory, engine work, and due to Alex Fishbane's Scotch Gambit book, there actually is some lines that are very playable here, some reference games as well that you can check. There's many ways you can go. Bishop e2, bishop b5, and pawn takes. Bishop b5 is the main move. Now flipping it, we want to see it from Stein's point of view. After bishop b5, we go knight e4, stepping out the way. Have a nice day, right? My knight's hanging. Do something about it. Move the knight. And then knight takes d4, which is different. This is just not played. I've never seen this. In fact, let me flip this. Yeah, I never even thought to take with the knight. I have never thought to take with the knight here. The reason being is just like the pawn's better, you gain the tempo, you need to develop, right? You're actually down in development. If you think about it as white here, I have only 2 pieces developed when black has 3, and it's black to move. That's actually 100% something to think about. I am behind on development as white, so I should not be moving pieces multiple times. Capablanca has a book, Chess Fundamentals. If you have it, I recommend you read it. It's a very simple book, but he does say that you should refrain, not like never ever in your life do. But you should refrain from moving a piece multiple times in the opening. So after knight f3, knight takes d4, that's like 2 moves, right? Already, when, yeah, I've moved twice as well, but there's 3 pieces out versus 2, right? So when you jam, you break the rules. Correct. Big facts. Yo, how's it going, James? We good? Me one. How are you? Cronius 7. What's up? Thanks for the follow. So he takes with the knight. Flipping it again, we want to see it from Steinitz. Now, castles. He gets out the way, and then he actually sacrifices this pawn for the greater good. Let's see what happens though. Right now, of course, f2 is hanging. There's a lot of stuff hanging. We know Steinitz from being very aggressive, right? You've seen some beautiful Steinitz games, and this one is no different. No different. I mean, talk about deflection. Oh, you about to see a lot of that in this one. This one is in fact one of the greatest. I remember when I looked at one of my puzzles not recently, but when I saw this game, I was like, this is where they got the game from. This is where they got the puzzle from. Because there's a puzzle here that I actually have done and I've seen. I'm like, oh, okay, that's from one of my favorite puzzle books, right? My students know that. Right, going through it, and I'm like, oh, snap. When I got to the position, which you're going to get to today, about deflection, I was like, wow, that's where they got the game from. This is pretty fire. So now let's see what happens, right? He takes on c6 and says, you're going to give me a pawn? I'm going to take it. Then he's like, well, maybe not, right? Maybe not, but let's see what happens if he does take the pawn. If knight takes c6, well, the queen is hanging. So if you think you're going to take on f2 with the pawn, with the knight, that's not a move, big fella. That's not a move at all. But you can take with the bishop. After bishop takes f2, and this is something to pay attention to for your own good. For people that play this opening, now knight takes d4, maybe at the lower levels, and I say lower, maybe sub 2000, or right, if you're under 2000. If you're under 2000, you might actually see or have had this position already with black, with knight takes d4. You might have this. So castling could be a thing. And after bishop takes, pawn takes, right, knight takes c6, they will test you. You should always know that. You should always think about that. Somebody will always test you in the move that you're like, oh, well, you know, I'll be okay. You know, whoever said that before, I'll be okay. I'll figure it out, right? You need to actually know why. Knight takes c6, bishop takes f2, and after bishop takes f2, I have 2 options. One is very bad, obviously. Because of, let's actually put it on the board here, bishop a6. Oh my goodness, this is a family channel. Give me everything you got. This is everything must go sale. Everything about to come off the board. So king e2 is the only other move that I have legally. So after king e2, all right, chat, finish it off. It's on you. This did not happen, but if this does happen, you need to know what to do. It's black to move. My guy, you need to know what to do. right? Bishop G4 check. Okay. Yeah, Bishop G4 check is like, like literally Bishop G4. Bishop G4 is like just game over. That's so funny, bro. Because like I'm only looking at the engine analysis right now, and I'm laughing because they don't even mention Bishop G4. The position is so bad for Black that this is not even considered. It's not even considered, bro. It's like, nah, we don't even want that. Like, we don't even want that. The best moves are Bishop A6 and Queen H4. It's that bad. It's that bad. And Queen D7 as well. Queen G4. That's funny. That's pretty funny. All right, so this could happen, right? But that didn't happen. After takes, he gets out the way and castles and says, now, you know what? Because F2 is defended, okay, we're going to be good. After castles here, okay, chat, it's on you. It's on you, chat. William Steinitz here, right? Now, you know he's a very aggressive player, right? Maybe from the school of Tao, before Tao, right? So, I mean, the man's very strong. Now it's Black to move, chat. How do you do this? What do we do? Black to move. C6 is hanging. Do we care about C6? Do we not? Now, we're not in deflection stage yet. Silent Bishop B7. Bishop B7 could be played. Queen H4, another Queen H4, Rook E8 and F6. Okay, I like those moves actually. Rook E8 and F6 are strong. I like both. Those are both plans of this position anyway. Bishop A6 from Danny. And in fact, because that was the first one we saw, that is correct from Danny. 524 is Bishop A6. We in the mix. Absolutely. Hitting the rook. Now let's see what happens on knight takes C6. I'm sure you're dying to know. So after knight takes C6 hits the queen, obviously taking on F1 is ridiculous. So now you can follow up with Queen H4 or Queen D7. Literally both of them work. Queen H4, well, let's see if he goes G3. Because, of course, it's obvious. F1's still hanging. You move F1 or you go E1. In fact, let me show you the beautiful mate here. You can actually do Bishop takes F2, followed by Knight G3 mate. Gross. Sheesh. Or you could do the even better mate, the cute one, the smothered. Oh, my goodness. Sheesh. Wow, this is a family channel. Get that off the screen. Somebody underage might be watching this. So after Queen H4, there's a G3 move as well, but that doesn't work either due to knight takes G3. This is very nasty stuff. Knight takes hitting, splitting, King H1. Okay, we need more pieces. Queen check here, and then we could probably do this. I mean, this is just, let me see what the engine says. You also have Queen G3 from the engine, then Queen H3, and then moving the rook over. It also says rook over here. Yeah, so both of these work. Thanks for the follow, the photon that could. Nice. Thanks for the follow. So Bishop A6, knowing that this is all that can happen. So the no-name player playing Steinitz here, just move the rook out of the way. Rook E1. Yes, so pure, right? So after Rook E1, all right, Chad, it's on you. Black to move. Chess with Ovi. What's up, Ovi? My son, Ovi, in the chat. Yo, Black to move. Black to move, Chad. Rook E1 is on the board. What do you do? What do you do? Look at this from an attacking standpoint. You want to be aggressive. You may want to open some lines up. Yo, big shout out to Austin Mills in the chat. You know, we always running your hits. We always running some hits through here. Shout out to my guy, Austin. Check him out. That's his Twitch. That's his Bandcamp. Right there. We're doing some analysis for the YouTube right now. The big guy. My guy, Austin in the chat. H5 and we great. That is not right. Fan of Master Cleansrick. Take it back. Try again. F5, Queen H4 at F6. I keep saying Queen H4 till it's right. Right, Austin, nice to see you again. That's right. Yeah. Queen H4, Queen H4, Queen H4s. We got a lot of Queen H4s. I like it. In fact, you are correct when it comes to engine analysis. So clap it up. Pat yourself on the back. Let's get an air horn for you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did that. Yeah, you're right. Queen H4 is nice from an engine standpoint. From a human, in fact, F6 was the move here, which I like, right? F6 breaks open the file with a smile here. We got Queen takes F6. We breaking open F2, right? Looking nice. Appreciate you, says Austin Mills, my guy, bro. Look at him. Got his badge now. We fixed his badge yesterday. He didn't know. You know, we worked hard for these verified badges, and he didn't know how to set it up. So he looking good. I see the verified looking good, big fella. Z Drip, thanks for the follow. Instinctively, I want to play knight takes F2. Yeah, that's a nasty move too. But you need to have, sacrifices need to have strong follow-ups. Sometimes you have the quiet moves. Make sure y'all go look at the quiet plays one. That was a nice, that was one of my favorite thumbnails. But here, all right, F6 is on the board trying to break this boy open. But E6, 1000%, right? 1000. In fact, that's what he did. E6. I need quiet moves, right? E6. So E6 happened. Great movie. Yeah, I saw both. It was fire. So E6. After E6 happens, okay, guys, black to move. Look, you know, you playing as Steinitz right here. You're playing as Steinitz. William Steinitz, the #1 or the first world champion. What do you do? It's black to move. I see F5 from Jackson. Ham chess. I'm never ever watching that movie. Yo, bro, it was fire, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen the second one though. Yeah, I saw it. It was great. It was great. Just Queen D6 from Phantom Master Klindrick. What else we got in the chat? Queen D6 is an option. Okay. Anything else from anyone else? Queen D6 from Metashea. What we looking like? Queen D6 is on the board. Anything else? Bishop takes D4. Okay. Okay. We got second out of 461. Performance 25. 9 out of 10. Good job, bro. Good job. See? It's good, son. Good job, son. Queen D6. Queen E1. Queen E8. Yeah, Queen E8 and F4. F5. Okay. All right. So here it is. It's actually just Queen D6. Phantom Master Klindrick. Pat yourself on the back. You got one right. Okay. You got one right. Sometimes we don't want him to be happy to get one right because he just be saying some ridiculous things in the chat. But he got one right today. So Queen D6 is correct. In fact, good job. So Queen to D6 is on the board, right? He says thank you. Yeah, Queen D6 is on the board, right? It's there. I'm about to join this game. Love it. Let's get it. So Queen D6 is on the board, guys. It just gets the queen off the back rank, connects the rooks, right? It connects the rooks. You're also eyeing this side of the board, but there still isn't deflection yet, right? You came here to see the deflection. It hasn't happened yet, which tells you that sometimes, I mean, every position is different, but you can't deflect immediately. I just want to deflect when I want to, right? You know, it has to be certain criteria and you have to read the position. That's just more experience. But after Queen D6, here it is, Bishop to E3, right? So Bishop E3, boom, okay? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Large, huge, my guy. That's funny. That's funny, right? So Bishop E3, never play F6 yet. Right, now watch this. Oh no, this, y'all, it's no clickbait, but bro, wait till you see this deflection. This by far is, well, okay, maybe not one of the best. It's one of the best, but there's honestly many other. I can think of another one, deflection from Shabalov. I can't remember who he played, but the famous move was Queen B5. Could have been captured by a knight or a bishop, doesn't matter, for absolutely free. But any way that he takes it was mate. That was pretty gross. They ain't never seen nothing like it. Imagine a knight and a bishop can take the same queen. Remember, they don't even move the same. Knight and bishop can take the same queen, but both moves lead to mate. Pooh! Boy, talk about deflection. That's a nasty one. By Shabalov, the man himself. I told him about that game when I met him in person. But we have it here. Bishop E3. After Bishop E3, right, is black to move. We play F5. F5 and we live. We going for F4 for the score. We feeling real good. Queen A4, he's out here, you know, trying to hit A6, hitting C6 at the same time. Best defense is offense, but A6 is hanging and C6 hanging. What do you do about it, chat? It's on you. What you gonna do? Thanks for the follow, Anon300. Yo, he sound like, yo, my name Anon300, you know. My name's Anon300. Like, facts. F4, F4, F4. I'm sad taking me so long to find the stream. Hey man, appreciate you, Crony. Is 7. My guy. Just Rook F6, Bishop B7. Okay, Bishop B5. Bishop takes D4, drop the bishop back to B7, F4, Bishop C4, Bishop B7, Bishop B5. I like it. I like it. Remember, best defense is offense. I was giving y'all a hint there. F4 for the score. Hit that man with a move. Sheesh. Saying, hey, you take mine, I'm going to take yours, but I'm in the house. I am in the house. Let's see what happens. He goes E7. Whoa, it's getting crazy now. You didn't even expect that, did you? You didn't even expect him to play E7. This is why you look at all the moves and even the in-between ones, which is they call the Zwischenzugs or the intermezzos. So after E7, black to move, chat. What you do? I see queen takes from Lucas. We got F4. F4 is already on the board, Dimple. Or F4 is already on the board, my guy. F4, then queen H2. F takes E. Okay, take E3. Rook F2. Rook F2? I mean, think you mean Rook F7. F takes E3. F takes E3. This is deflection. I mean, kind of. I guess you can say this is deflection. In fact, yes. I guess this is some type of deflection for white. White doing the deflection. But in fact, we're looking at it from black's point of view. The deflection, right, of what's about to happen here. So F takes E3 is a move, guys. It is a move. And in fact, it's the second move of the engine. So let's take it. Let's take a look at it. F takes E3, runs into check, right? We take back, and then after takes, I mean, there's F takes E3 or F3, and we still have play here. But I know many of you would still mess this up. Many of you actually would still lose this as white, believe it or not, or as black, believe it or not. But F takes E3 was a move, so pat yourself on the back. And pretty good, right? Right, pretty good. But that's not it. In fact, what he did was just take on E7 first, keeping the threat alive with also the possibility of Queen H4 going in here like this, right? So think about that. Now I don't have to. I've eliminated this annoying pawn. I can also go Queen H4 at the right moment. After Queen takes E7, he takes on A6. Obviously, we got to take our piece back. We don't even think twice about it. We don't even think about what the next move is. We just know we need to take our piece back. My students know. Make sure always keep material count even, or you be up, or you sacrifice for the greater good, which whatever that is. But make sure you keep a material count even. He snapped the bishop. I got to do something the same. He snapped one off. He snaps me right back. Okay, so what do we do here? Queen H4. I see Queen H4. I see F2. Okay. Okay. I can't wait for this thumbnail. Oh yeah, I already showed it, Vishnu. I already showed it. In fact, real quick, if you're just getting here, if you ask yourself, in fact, this is, I always do research for the videos, right? Deflection is today's video. Deflection. But if you ask, what is deflection? And you actually Google it, it says, oh, the act of deflecting. Like, oh, thanks, bro. That was great. Like, man, I needed that definition. I now know what deflection is. Like, okay, right? But it's always good to actually look to see what it actually is. And here's the thumbnail right here. Bow, there it go. Deflection, absolutely, especially basketball savvy. Yeah, that's your man's up there. I was going up for the yam, right? I was about to yam that boy, double clutch two from the backside on the right, on the left, right, and with the left, right, with the left. I'm a righty, so I'm in the air. I dish it to my man's behind me, as you see the guy trying to block me, but I dished it behind me as a deflection. So I deflected my man's off. He about to go up for the yam one time. We got a man on the poster. It's very simple. So now that's deflection. Very, very good way of deflecting. I put my move in the donation method. Oh, you did? I didn't even see that. How did you even see that? Am I able to see that on here? Maybe I can see it from like my donation thing. Let me see. No, that was a hype train. Nah, bro, I don't even see it. How do you even see that? It's supposed to come through. Maybe it was in the message on the screen and I might have missed it. Louisville, baby, let's go, Cars. Yeah, let's go. I was really hoping it was basketball thumbnail. Yeah, big fella, I think your man's trying to do. That's it. The one and only H4. Queen H4 actually is. Yeah, he made it sound complicated, right? Queen H4 is the move. Queen H4 is the move by engine standards, and by it just looks like the right move. But what he did was Rook F2, right? Right now, Queen H4 is -8. -8, bro. -8. But here, it's now -4. I'm like, what is he doing? I don't know. I don't know. He played Rook F2. Still look like it's winning. But and again, we haven't got to deflection yet either. Oh yeah, Queen H4 has to be good. Absolutely. He just didn't play it. He just didn't play it, bro. This engine sucks. Yeah, Queen H4 is definitely obvious. Definitely obvious. But he played Rook F2. Right. Okay, so Rook F2, no problem. He takes on C6. It's black here. Bam. Snap that boy. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. He takes on C6, right? After taking on C6, that you have to give me some extra points. I got 5 out of 6 moves so far. I could take him. Steinitz. Yeah, so after here, okay, what do you do, chat? What do we do now, right? You got to finish this off. You playing Steinitz, or you're a Steinitz right here. You know you have it. You know that the position is definitely favoring black right now. This is where a lot of us will go wrong here, obviously here. You have to figure this out, right? Make sure you don't hang anything. Look around the board before you move. It's black to move. What do you do with Steinitz here? Queen G5. Okay, Queen G5. If actually Queen G5 might work, to be honest, because I don't see him defending that. But Queen G5s, Rook F8s. Okay. Hangs the rook on A8. Yeah, Queen G5 hangs the rook, but immediately I'm like, but how does he defend? Well, let's actually see. Queen G5. If I take on A8, I can block with the bishop, number one. But let's go King F7 and then G3. Oh, I can go Queen H5 and hit this anyway. H4. queen e5. So I just have to keep hitting this. So queen g5 works. Queen g5 works. Big fact, it works. But again, he did not play it. He just played a simple move, which is rook a to f8. Right, double. He just doubled. He just doubled. He just doubled. Lisa, thanks so much for the follow, Lisa. That's in. He just hit me with the dub. So, all right, here it is. Queen takes d5 check. I got to sidestep one time, right? And then knight f3. And here we go, right here, big fella. Hey, my man. Hey, yeah, bring that this way. Yeah, here we go. This is the deflection, right? So think about this right here. Okay, this is deflection. Let me pull up the picture again. Let me pull up the picture. Okay, deflection. I need my mans to do something other, right? I need him to go the other way so I can score here, right? Think that. I need him to go the other way. Something has to move so I can score, so I can checkmate. It is black to move here, facts. What do you do? What do you do? It is black to move. Big facts here. What you gonna do? I mean, this move was legendary. Absolutely legendary. Okay, we have c6, cover your eyes. Oh, for real. Oh, for real. Rook takes f3. Okay. I got it. Then queen h4. I got it. Bishop takes e3. Legendary. Right. Funny. You funny. You too funny. You too funny. You too funny. All right. He says queen h4. Knight takes. Rook f1. Bishop takes e3. Mate. Okay. Thanks for the follow, Ivan. Queen h4 from Matea. All right, here it is. So let's look at it. In fact, c6 is nice. Number one, hey, look, number one move is c6. That's, yo, hey, you nice, okay? c6 is the number one move. Number two move, believe it or not, is rook takes b2. Like, what the heck is this? Like, bro, it's not even a move. Like, this, I don't know why they even put this here. Me and the engine go back and forth literally every day. I always fight with the engine. I'm like, bro, you're an idiot. I literally say this to the engine all the time. Right, and I actually learned this from Roman Gigi Hasvili, or Gingy. Roman Gingy, I literally took lessons with him a long time ago. I mean, it had to be 14, so like 7 years ago. Yeah, 7 years ago, I took some lessons with him. And I remember him talking about the engine and stuff like that, and like questions, always have questions, right? The first loser, yeah. Always have questions, question things, even question what the engine tells you. So I question, you know, all the time, like, bro, rook takes b2, you got to be out your absolute. Like, you garbage for that. I'm definitely telling the engine, you garbage to play rook takes b2. You're garbage. But bishop d6, though, bishop d6 is the third move. Okay, not so garbage. I like bishop d6, right? Well, here's the move right here. Oh, my goodness, right here. Hold on to your hats. Here it is. Wow, queen h4 for the score. Sheesh. Bro, what? Queen h4. In fact, it's such a good move that the engine didn't even consider it as the top three. And after you put in queen h4, it's like, oh yeah, and that moves -8. Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. I forgot that was there. You forgot queen h4 was there? But queen h4, now it's like, oh yeah, that's right. It does work. Shoot, I forgot about that one. All right, engine. So after queen h4 though, now this is a nasty sequence. Okay, let's see what happens. If knight takes h4. Now the problem here is actually, you know, in fact, right here, what's the move, right? What's the move? Now, this didn't happen, right? This is the deflection. This was the whole part of the video, was this point right here, is deflection. We need to deflect this knight. We need this knight to move, because if we can get this knight to move, it's going to get nasty through here. Now, let's see if y'all paying attention. Knight takes h4. We deflect the knight away because we need to attack, and now we can win. But how do you do this? So, Chess with Ovi says rook check, bishop check, king check, rook takes mate. Rook f1 from Izzy Boy. And Holy on Croissant. Anybody else? Anybody else? Bishop takes e3 from Death by Lactose. Bishop takes c3, meaning e3. I know what you mean, Lucas. Bishop takes e3 from Jackson Ham. All right. Okay, here we go. Watch this. In fact, rook f1 loses, big fella. Yeah, flex real hard. Oh my goodness, the man thought he was doing so well, right? He got a promotion at your job, things going well, and then you go outside, cross the street, got hit by a car. Wow. What happened? What happened? How is this losing? Well, let's see. Rook takes, bishop takes e3, check, bow. Okay, it seems like something here. Then you go rook f2, and what do you do? Now, if you take this, right, this could be kind of cool. If rook takes f4 and I hit you with a check and you come back with a check, Bobby Fischer style. Bobby Fischer has done that before. In fact, if you look at a game, he has a game where he played queen f1. Look it up. He played queen f1 to block a check, and then after you take my queen, I take it back with check, and then I'm gonna come back and mate you on f8. If you remember that game, if you ever seen it. So queen d8 is nasty, right? Queen d8, you in trouble. Sheesh. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. That's a check. Flex real hard. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. So that does not work. So after rook takes, you just take on e4, and now I'm just up a piece. I don't care what you do. I'm going to be up a piece as white. You can get your queen back, but guess what? I'm up a piece. You can move the rook anywhere. Guess what? I'm up a piece, right? You're going to lose no matter what. Oh my goodness. You thought everything was going so well. And just when you thought you knew everything, just when you thought you knew everything, rook f1 would be a fatal blunder. So in fact, the move is indeed bishop takes e3. What a move here. We just sacrificed the queen for literally nothing. Deflection. Play knight h4 or queen h4. Knight takes h4 happens. The queen is absolutely gone for literally nothing. But now, chat, it's up to you. So knight g6 happened right here, right? And he played knight g6, but the reason is like, why, right? Why? Somebody give a move here for white. Somebody give a move here for white. Because he played knight g6, which is letting you know, he was like, oh, this is a wrap. Oh, this is a wrap for real. They're going to be talking about for me in 2021, right? This 1889, or what was the year? 18 what? 18 something. I forgot. 1869. 69. It's 69. So 1869, right? They like, yo, 2021, they going to be talking about me, bro. 1869, right? Yes, 1869. So what's the moves? What's the moves? Okay, h3. Let's look at h3. If h3 happens, right? Rook check, king h2, and bishop g1. Oh my! I mean, pick which one you want. Which way you want to die, right? Like that's just terrible. That hurts to even see. Bishop g1 is absolutely gross. No way to get out of that one. Okay, cool. Give me another move, chat. Give me another move. We got g3, Jackson. Okay, g3. You know what? Let's see. Rook e2. In fact, is the only move that wins. Jackson Chess actually found a very good move because there's only one move that wins. The rest of them do not. The rest of them do not win. But Rook e2. And in fact, actually, that follows a little bit. That follows a little bit of the game. So we're gonna keep this in mind. We're gonna come back to that because that's actually that happened in the game, g3, but it happened after he played knight g6. Queen d1. All right, let's try queen d1. Rook f1's mate. That's double check. Flex real hard. Get that off the screen. Sheesh, this is a family channel. Rook f1 is mate, my guy. So rook f1 is not or anything else. Like rook f1 is the obvious threat. Rook takes e3, rook f1 mate, right? You have to make some luft, right? So what he did is play knight g6 check. Let's see knight f3. That doesn't work either due to rook check. And if king h1, we go rook f1. If rook takes, rook f1, doesn't matter. Everything loses. So he plays knight g6 check, right? Beautiful deflection. Again, let's see that again. Deflection, the no-look pass to my mans as he going up, yamming, and the posterizer. Nasty. So queen h4, deflects the knight. Get that boy out the way. Have a nice day. Bam, hitting. Bishop takes e3, right? And then, boom, knight g6. Okay? So now after knight g6 check, right, it's obvious you have to take it. No other move. After takes, now he plays g3. And now after g3, okay, guys, finish this out. Black to move. In fact, I already kind of gave you the first move. Rook e2 is the only move that wins. Everything else is actually kind of drawing. Knight g5 draws in the way. Rook f1 still draws. Rook e2. King h1 forced because you want to do everything with check. The reason why rook f1 is different is because of the tempo. Think about that. The tempo, the extra move. If I play rook f1 and then takes, now he has a move. Now it's white to move. Try this. If we go rook e2, now he has to move into check where I can keep moving. Completely different, right? It's crazy how literally small things like that make big differences in chess. Nova Fusion, thanks for the follow. Rook e2, take with check. He moves. Okay, chat, finish this off. Let's go. Let's go. Wow, beautiful deflection all the way here. Queen sack, right? You know, you setting up for the greatest game in history. They're going to be talking about it in 2021, right? And all these years later, we talking about it in 2021 with deflection. All right, what do we do? Rook g1 for Metashea. Rook g1 for Metashea. Anything else from anyone else? Obviously, we have two moves. Looks like rook f2 or rook g1. Which one do you like? Which one do you like? Rook F2 or Rook to G1? Rook G1 from Killer Snipe. We got Rook F2, Rook G1, G1. Yeah, G1 is looking like the move. And that's in fact right. Rook F2 still wins. Rook G1 is just better. When you find a good move, look for a better one. Right? We have a line, Rook G1, King H2, Knight F2, King H4, and G5. Pawn G5, he says. Let's see it. King H3, obvious check. Boom. Okay. And then, what do we do here, chat? Right? What do we do? What do we do? Who's got it? Who's got it? Who's got it? Okay, Rook F4 from PVZ. G1. Pawn G5. Rook F4 from Izzy Boy. Pawn check. G5. Now you play Rook F4, G5, and we great. Bro, the rock. Oh my goodness. Just it doesn't rhyme. 5 and great don't rhyme. Fan of Master Cleanser. Rook F4 for the score. There you go, Jim. There you go. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Jim. G8 and we great. Okay, there we go. That's right. That's right. Okay. All right. So look, let's check out G5. The G5, right? If G5, it still wins, but it takes too long. It takes too long. And you have to be real accurate still. But in fact, it is Rook F4 for the score. Sheesh. Hit that man with a move stir. Oh my goodness. This is insane. They rhyme if you have an accent. Funny. Rook G4. So now let's see what happens on pawn takes. This is obvious. There's a mate in one. Rook to G4. Sheesh. Gross. So you only have what? One other move? I mean, you can't move the king. You actually have G4, but that's the same. And king to G5. Now after king G5, okay, black to move. Finish it off, chat. What are you gonna do here? Find the right move. Don't do this to yourself. Don't embarrass yourself in this chat. Black to move. King G5, Rook G4 from PVZ. We got Rook F4, G4, and Rook G4 from Jackson Ham. Knight H3. Ooh, that's cute. Knight H3, but I think it's not mate though. Like, you have to be careful. Knight H3, I mean, you still winning, but like, it's not mate yet. Like, somehow, some way, this man's running away. Like, what happened? That would hurt. That would hurt. That would hurt. After Rook F4, King G5, here's the move right here. Mate and we great. Rook G4 for the score, big fella. Get the man off the board. Sheesh. That's beautiful. Rook G4 is made. Double check, by the way. Double check. And in double checks, you literally have to move. You can't, like, not move, or you can't, you know, Chess Kids. Shout out to Chess Kid as well. Chess Kid has a, we teach CPR over there at Chess Kids, which is when you in check, can you capture the piece checking you? Can you protect the king blocking? Or if you can't, then you run. That's CPR. Learn from Chess Kids. You heard it here, right? You can't do any of these. This is a double check. Being double checked, this is checkmate. And we great. Beautiful deflection. Let's go back from the big boy level where this happened here. Deflection, right? Deflection. I need my mans to, I need him to think I'm going this way, but I'm really going this way, right? And that's what he did. Queen H4. Not only is it a shocking move, but it also sacks the queen. He was, you know, and I thought probably whoever he played here as a no name is like, you know what? I don't know if this works, but I mean, I have to see this. Like, he's literally giving me the queen. I have to see this, right? So I don't know if he like went into this knowing he was going to lose, or like he was just like, this is brilliant. I mean, you know, right? He did it for content, right? You know, that's what they be saying these days. He did it for content, right? Maybe it was one of those. Like, I just did it for content. I knew I was getting crushed after that. Right, his mistakes not being done. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Crazy, because we'll never know who this guy was. Like, we never know. We'll never know. He did it for content in front of two people. Right, but at the same time, you know, years later, thousands and millions and billions of people see this, right? You know, over time. Stylus is a calculator, right? I mean, this was beautiful. This was absolutely beautiful. Yeah, Nimzo, that's not, that's even from one of our videos too. So beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel and catch the other videos as well. And we see y'all on the next video.